Ladies and gentlemen of Raider Nation, buckle up, because if you thought Week 2's heartbreaker against the Chargers was a gut punch, wait till you hear this. The Las Vegas Raiders are staring down a golden opportunity on the road against the Washington Commanders, and it's got more plot twists than a late-night thriller at Allegiant Stadium. Imagine this: top rookie sensation Jayden Daniels, the guy who's been lighting up scoreboards like it's the 4th of July, is sidelined with an injury. That's right, Raiders fans. For the second straight week, the football gods are handing us injury luck on a silver platter. Last time it was a star from the other side missing the party. Now it's Daniels, leaving Marcus Mariota to sling it for Washington. And get this, our own Gino Smith? He's got to treat this like his personal redemption arc after that 3-interception disaster last Sunday. If he lets Mariota, a guy who's been around the block more times than a Vegas cabbie, outduel him, well, let's just say the Silver and Black's early season dreams could turn into a nightmare faster than you can say, "Just win, baby." Welcome back to Raiders Report. I'm your host, the voice that's bled silver and black since the days of the autumn wind howling through the Oakland Coliseum. Tonight, we're diving deep into Week 3's clash in our nation's capital, where the Raiders look to snag their first win of 2025 and shake off that 0-2 funk. But this isn't just any game. It's a must-win masquerading as a lucky break, packed with defensive showdowns that could redefine the season and a chance for our ground game to finally roar to life. Stick with me, because we're breaking it all down, from the X's and O's to the ghosts of Raider glory days, player spotlights that'll make you cheer, and predictions that might just have you booking flights to FedEx Field. Raider Nation, let's roll. First off, let's set the scene. The Raiders hit the road to face a Commanders squad that's feisty under new defensive guru Dan Quinn, but oh boy, are they limping into this one. Daniels out. That's huge. The kid's arm is a cannon, and without him, Washington's offense loses that explosive spark. Enter Marcus Mariota, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Oregon, who's bounced around the league like a pinball. From Tennessee to Vegas, hey, he was one of ours back in 2022. Then Philly, and now DC. Mariota's got poise. Sure, a quick release that can thread needles, but he's no Daniels when it comes to improvising magic. And compounding the pain for Washington? Star running back Austin Ekeler, the guy who terrorized us in his Charger days with those shifty cuts and pass-catching wizardry, is also sidelined. Ekeler's piled up over 1,000 all-purpose yards in seasons past, but without him, the Commanders' backfield looks thinner than a Raiders playbook if we keep force-feeding passes. For Gino Smith, this is do or die, folks. Coming off that pick-six party against LA, 3 interceptions that had Raider Nation tweeting fire emojis all night, Gino's got to channel that Seattle grit he brought to the Hawks before landing in Vegas this offseason. Remember, Gino reinvented himself at 31, turning from journeyman to pro bowler with that cannon arm and unflappable cool. But last week, it was like watching a Ferrari stuck in neutral. He can't let Mariota, a quarterback who started just a handful of games since 2020, steal the spotlight. If Gino cleans up those mental errors, exploits a secondary that's given up 250 passing yards per game already, we could be talking 300-yard, 3 TD revenge tour. But if those picks keep coming, well, the hot seat in the desert gets a little toasty. Now, let's crank up the drama and talk matchups, because Pro Football Focus nailed it. This game's hinge swings on how these defenses devour the opposing offenses. Start with our silver and black D. Under coordinator Patrick Graham, they've stamped out a clear identity in these first 2 weeks, and it's as old-school Raiders as it gets. We're talking, stop the run or die trying. Vegas has loaded the box with 8 or more defenders on a league-high, wait, 5th highest, 34% of snaps. That's Graham stacking the deck like Al Davis himself, daring you to throw while our front 7 feasts. And it's working, even in that gut-wrenching loss to the Chargers. Sure, penalties killed us. Those back-breaking flags on 3rd and long and blown coverages let Justin Herbert dance. But rewind to that red zone stand. 3 straight Charger runs, 3 stops. Bam. No touchdown, forcing a field goal. That's the grit that echoes the bad boy defenses of the 70s, when Lyle Alzado and Otis Sistrunk turned the turf into a graveyard. Dig into the stats, Raider faithful, they don't lie. We're 4th in the NFL for yards allowed before contact, just 0.4 per rush attempt. That's our D-line, led by Max Crosby, the edge rusher who's a walking highlight reel, shedding blocks like yesterday's news. And after contact, a measly 2.2 yards allowed, tops 5 in the league. Only team in both elite categories. Crosby, our homegrown beast from Eastern Michigan, already has 2 sacks and a forced fumble this year. The guy's a perennial All-Pro, sacking QBs at a 12% rate since 2021. Pair him with Christian Wilkins, that Miami Hurricane transplant who clogs lanes like traffic on the 15 freeway, and you've got a front that terrifies. Against Washington, with Mariota under center and Ekeler in street clothes, the Commanders will lean on Brian Robinson Jr. and that committee backfield. But good luck gashing us. They're averaging under 4 yards per carry without their star. If we hold them to 80 rushing yards or less, it's game over early. But hold your horses, because the Commanders' defense ain't no pushover. Dan Quinn, the architect of those legion of boom echoes from Seattle, has this unit swarming like hornets. Through 2 weeks, they're 7th in quick pressure rate, 27% of sacks or hurries within 2.5 seconds. That's lightning fast, folks, collapsing pockets before the line of scrimmage turns into a picnic. And get this, 16% unblocked pressure rate, 3rd best in the NFL. They're scheming free rushers, twisting and stunting without blitzing extra bodies. Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne up front? They're beasts, combining for 2.5 sacks already, and that secondary with Emmanuel Forbes lurking. He snagged 2 picks last year as a rookie. For our offense, already sputtering like a 76 Cadillac after that Charger fiasco, this spells trouble. Our O-line. Let's be real, it's putrid. Colton Miller's solid at left tackle, but the interior's leaking oil. We've allowed 12 pressures in 2 games, worst in the AFC West. Gino's quick on his feet, sure, but if Washington generates heat without selling out the box, those interception demons could haunt us again. 1 misstep, and it's 3rd and 15 city. Speaking of that offense, where do we even start? The elephant in the room, or should I say the untapped thoroughbred, is Ashton Jeanty, our first-round gem out of Boise State. Kid's a phenom, rushed for 2,600 yards last college season, MVP hardware dangling from his neck like bling. But through 2 weeks, just 11 carries against LA, while Gino aired it out 42 times. That's backwards, coach. We're built to pound the rock, not play hero ball. Jeanty's got that burst, 4.4 speed, vision like a GPS, and hands soft enough to snag screen passes for days. Yet we're leaving him on the bench while Smith slings into double coverage. Against Washington, flip the script. Their D-line is stout, no doubt. Quinn's got him twisting like pretzels, but we've seen teams gas up Jeanty and watch defenses fold. Give him 15, 18 touches, mix in some misdirection with Devontae Adams streaking deep. The guy's still our alpha receiver, 1,100 yards last year despite the chaos. Adams, that Wisconsin legend who's caught TDs from everybody under the sun, could feast if we establish the run, force Washington to lighten the box, open those seams. Can't win if it's all on Gino's right arm. That's a recipe for 0-3 and the Boo Birds at Allegiant. Let's zoom out for a sec, because context is king in Raider lore. This ain't just any Week 3 tilt. It's a crossroads game for a franchise that's danced with destiny and dodged bullets since John Madden roamed the sidelines. Flashback to the Oakland days. 3 Super Bowls in a decade. 76, 80, 83. Confetti raining on the likes of Marcus Allen, that Hall of Fame back who danced 208 yards in Super Bowl 18, the Immaculate Reception revenge tour against Pittsburgh. Or Howie Long, the trash-talking DE whose sacks terrorized Tom Landry's Cowboys. That swagger. It's in our DNA. The move to Vegas in 2020? Bold as brass, Allegiant Stadium, that glowing spaceship on the Strip, packed with 65,000 screaming souls waving pirate flags. We've had our heartbreaks, that 2021 playoff gut punch to the Bengals, Derek Carr's heroics wasted, but the nation endures. Rivalries. Oh, they're fuel. The Chiefs. Andy Reid's machine, but we own Patrick Mahomes' nightmares. That 2023 upset still stings for them. Chargers. Herbert's boys just edged us, but payback's a dish best served with a Jeanty touchdown scamper. Broncos. Sean Payton's got him feisty, but we're the apex predators in the West. Stats-wise, let's crunch him. Raiders' D is top 10 against the run historically under Graham. Last year, held foes to 3.8 yards per carry. Washington's. They've spiked since Quinn arrived, from 27th to 7th in total defense. Comparative edge. Our pass rush hits QBs 11% of dropbacks. Theirs is 9%. But offensively, we're dead last in rushing attempts, 12 per game. Bump that to 25, and suddenly we're averaging 24 points per advanced metrics. Seasonal impact. A win here catapults us to .500, breathing life into a playoff chase that's felt DOA. Lose. And whispers of coaching changes. Antonio Pierce's seat warms, despite his interim magic in 23, starts swirling like slot machine smoke. To bring this alive, let's pretend I've got the mic in the locker room. Picture this, post-practice huddle, and I corner Max Crosby, sweat still dripping, that bandana tied fierce. Max, I say, Commander's O-line is patchwork without Ekeler pulling blocks. How do you feast? He grins, that signature snarl, brother, we don't rebuild, we reload. Loading the box means they're running into a brick wall named Wilkins and me. Mariota's got feet, but one twitch, and it's nap time. Raider Nation, this D's got your back. Let's send him home crying. Cut to Jeanty, fresh off a Boise State throwback story, eyes locked, 11 carries? That's appetizer stuff. Give me the rock 20 times, and I'll wear out Quinn's front like an old pair of cleats. Gino's my guy, but running's our soul. Time to remind him why they call us the pride and joy. And from the fan side? I chatted up a diehard at the Black Hole tailgate last week. Big guy named Rico, silver face paint cracking under the sun. Injury luck? Nah, that's karma for the tuck rule game. Raiders by 10. Jeanty dances, Crosby dances on graves. Win this, and the West is ours again. Expert takes. Fictional shout-out to the Oracle of Oakland, a pseudo-Mel Kiper type. Raiders' run defense is vintage 86, top tier. But that O-line, it's the weak link in a championship chain. If Jeanty breaks 100 yards, Vegas covers the spread easy. Prediction, 24-17 Raiders, Smith with 2 TDs, no picks. Broader lens. Tie it to pop culture, think Moneyball for the AFC West. We're the underdog A's, scraping wins with smarts over stars, while Kansas City's the Yankees, buying rings. Or current events. With Vegas buzzing from that epic UFC card last weekend, this game's our adrenaline shot. Hard hits, underdog fire, straight to the gut. Looking ahead, implications are seismic. Snag this W, and we're 1-2 momentum builders heading into a softer stretch. Broncos at home, then Chargers rematch. Jeanty erupts. He's Rookie of the Year lock, easing pressure on Gino, unlocking Adams for 1,400-yard glory. Defense holds. Crosby's DPOY buzz amps up, and Pierce gets that contract extension. Playoff path. From fringe to fighting, 6 wins by the bye, and we're sniffing wild card. But flop. 0-3 screams rebuild, draft whispers for a new QB, sorry, Gino, and nation morale dips lower than Lake Mead in July. Me. I'm betting silver lining. This is the spark. Jeanty's statement, D's dominance. Watch it unfold. Raider Nation, as the autumn wind whispers through DC's cherry blossoms, remember, we're not just a team, we're a movement. From Oakland's concrete jungle to Vegas neon nights, we've conquered kings and risen from ashes. Tune in Sunday, kickoff at 1 ET on CBS. Cheer like it's Super Bowl Sunday, bleed black and silver till it hurts. Follow Raiders Report for live updates, post-game breakdowns, and that exclusive Jeanty interview you won't get anywhere else. Just win, baby. Let's make history. This is your anchor, signing off. Silver and black to the end.